Hello, everybody. Water. Gotta always drink water. I have been drinking so much more water. It's such a pretty cup that I feel like it's like I want to carry it around with me and, drink the water. But for some reason, the water tastes better in the cup. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's working. And I have been drinking so much more water than I used to. So we're going to be talking about tarot decks and oracle decks. I have a haul for you guys. So I am pleased to tell you that I have a pretty good haul of decks, a pretty good pile of decks here that are not Rider Waite whatsoever. And I think a lot of you guys will really like what I have to show you. So we're just gonna dive right in. That little glare from the window is always front row center in every video, but we're just gonna get through it. Okay, so tarot decks. Everything that I have here is available. I'll tell you guys where I bought them all. Most of them are Amazon purchases, but I'll let you know. If you like it, you'll be able to find it. Ethereal Visions Tarot Luna Edition. This one just came out. This is a US Games deck. US Games has been really showing off some really good decks lately. Even like the content, their boxes, the card stocks, everything is so nice. So I have really been loving US Games decks. If you go to their website, you will find all of their current decks that they have available. They have a lot of stuff. So I actually owned the first one, their original copy, but I sold it. I rehomed it. I didn't like the card backs. It just didn't really feel like something I wanted in my collection anymore. And then when I saw that US Games came out with a Luna edition, I knew I had to get this one because even though it's the same, pretty much like the same artwork and whatnot, I like the little changes that they made. So the card backs, so much more prettier. I don't know what happened with the first deck. I didn't understand the card backs. I couldn't really figure out what it was supposed to be. It just didn't look good. Same thing. It's pretty much like the same images. I'm not sure if they're all like that, and I can't do a side by side. Actually, no, they're different. I remember the Magician was different. So, but they're really pretty. And the parts that are holographic on this deck, they were gold in ethereal. So there's just big changes, big changes. So I have to go through. I have not gone through this entire deck, but I got to go through just to kind of see what changes they made. Yeah, it's a really pretty deck. I really like the holograph. So definitely something I can't wait to get into. And yeah, so if you like the Ethereal Visions, if you like the way that artwork looked, you'll probably like this one too. Next is the Relative Tarot by Carrie Paris. This one I found at Barnes & Noble. So I was quite pleased. I've never heard of this deck before. I believe it goes into ancestors. I was just really intrigued by the cover and some of the cards that you could see on the back of the box. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into this one blind. I very rarely do that. Usually when I buy a deck, I like to do a Google search. I like to look it up on YouTube and just see if there's reviews. But I went into this one literally blind. The guidebook is really beautiful. It's colored. So there's a nice little guidebook with that. I love the inside of the box. It has kind of like a vintage scrapbook kind of a feel to their images, but look at the card backs, actually beautiful. And then gold edges, looks perfect with the deck. It's very vintage. And then you have your cards, and I don't know, I haven't even looked at all of them, but I know just by looking at some of these cards I'm gonna love it. So there's the High Priestess. If you guys want to see a full like video deck reveal kind of a thing, let me know and I will be more than happy to do that for you guys. The full. I just wanted to show you guys some of the cards the 9 of Cups. So you can kind of tell, like, they have like the Rider-Waite mixed with like ancestor pictures. Like, these are like photographs of real people. Isn't that kind of cool? The 10 of Cups. I love that. I wonder if they're all like that. I didn't really pay attention. Oh, it is kind of the 6 of Wands. That's kind of cool. I didn't, honestly, you guys, I didn't even go through this whole deck yet. This is the first time I'm looking at a lot of these cards. They pull pieces, not all of them, but most of them, I think. Yeah, pull pieces from the Rider-Waite. How cool is that? The 6 of Cups. I mean, the 6 of Swords. I love that. That's actually going to be really fun to work with, especially if you do like ancestor readings, or you're doing something in association with ancestor energy. You could use this deck. It'll have that vibe for you. The Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. The Cats Rule the Earth Tarot. This one was so cute. I saw this one on Amazon, and I love cats. I am a cat lady for sure. Look at this box. It has a gigantic guidebook, full color. It's so cute. Look at this. Super cute. Shit like this, I would read it on the side. I love the backs. I've already used this deck. The Hermit. So really cute cards. Look at the 5 of Swords. I love this one. 5 of Swords. He's missing an eye. The little fishy. It totally, I mean, it doesn't really follow Rider-Waite, but it just, I don't know. I feel like this is a simple deck. Like, if you're a beginner at tarot, this would be a fun one to use. I like it. It's cute. It's and the aesthetic, like the colors. Look at the devil. Oh my gosh, it's a hairless cat. It's just really, really cute. Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, definitely a fun little deck. If you love cats, if you are a tarot beginner, it just has a really easy, simple energy to it, and I love it. Look at that 3 of Cups. So freaking cute. Okay, these next decks are, I believe, yes, these next ones are all oracle cards. These are all Amazon purchases, except for the last 2, so I'll let you know. But we have the Urban Crow Oracle. Now that I'm looking at my pile of decks that I have accrued this is like the last couple of months, I really went crazy with the animal decks. I love working with animals in my readings. I love to use the spirit animal messages, but I also love the fact that animals can be kind of, I mean, like when I work with tarot, with the exception of a couple of these tarot decks, I usually don't like people in my tarot cards unless it's a Rider-Waite deck, or it's a deck like that that I actually love the artwork. Comes with a guidebook. Look at these card backs, you guys. Look at these card backs. I love them so much. I find them to be so pretty, and just the colors, everything just goes together. Oh my gosh. And then every card, it doesn't have borders. You have one little word to go off of with your intuition. I love this. The Anomaly. It's an albino crow. How freaking cute is that? Anticipation. So I personally love crows, ravens. Like, they are always around. This one has a hawk. They're always around my house. We have a whole bunch of huge ravens around my neighborhood. So I see them every day, literally. And this deck would always kind of peek at me when I would be doing like deck searches on Amazon. And I never picked at it because I thought, I'm so glad I finally did. This always happens. It's always the ones that you feel like you want to add to your collection, but you never do. This deck is freaking cute. So I love it. The Urban Crow. This one is called the Animal Apothecary by Cara Elizabeth. This one was just a random deck I just tossed into the shopping cart. I love the colors. It's very bright. It has its own little guidebook, kind of like a boring guidebook, but it has one. Here are the backs. Really bright and beautiful. And it's affirmations. So we have immense growth. Really like beautiful, bright colors and affirmations. Breakthrough. It's a little bit different. A little bit, it doesn't really showcase a specific animal. I mean, I guess it kind of does, like with the hawk here, but it doesn't tell you it's the hawk. You know what I mean? This one has the turkey. This one says magnetism through gratitude. You never see the mole. Look at how freaking cute. Just trust with the mole. How I would use this is doing a reading and then pulling an affirmation card at the end to kind of just tie in the whole reading or to leave your client with something to think about. That's what I would use an affirmation deck for. Really cute deck, and it's different from the other animal ones I have because, like I said, it's not about the animal, it's more of the message. The Power of the Elements. Oracle card deck and guidebook by Cassie White. I don't know if I've ever shared this about what I love in my decks, but I like animals, but I also really like landscapes. I like, landscape kind of decks. I have a couple of them that are like that because I do a lot of readings that are more earthy, grounding, healing type readings. That's really kind of like my area that I like to focus on. And I found this deck to be so good. I have literally been using it so much for the last month or so. So the it's one of those decks where like you're kind of like, it's kind of boring looking. The card backs they're okay. They're not the greatest. But it's really good. So this one says, new idea, bring your dream to life. And if you notice, you're going to see the shape of the element that card corresponds to. So this one is air. This one is fire. So it's really simple, and it has the landscape, but it also has the element, which I love to work with the elements as well. And I find that the message at the bottom of each card really goes with the reading. It's kind of crazy how it all ties in. So I've really been enjoying using this deck. But it was one of those that actually pleasantly surprised me. And this has happened more than once with decks, especially when I'm shopping on Amazon, where I'm looking at it and I'm kind of like, I don't know, it's probably gonna fall flat for me, but it ends up being like one of my favorites. This one is a crystal deck. Crystal healing card deck. I own a couple of crystal decks. They're kind of hit or miss for me. I have to really be into it. They're either I love them or I hate them kind of a situation. I've gone through a lot of crystal decks just trying to find the ones that really call to me. This one is pretty cool. So you have the backs will tell you what element or chakra you're working with for each crystal. So that's kind of cool. And then you'll have the crystal. So for example, this one's clear quartz. You'll have the image of the crystal. It'll tell you what element. This one is sky, and it's clear and sky energy. And then it'll give you physical qualities about the crystal and emotional qualities. And then at the very bottom, it gives you a little affirmation for it. So this one says, I am free. You could use this in a reading, and this is why I like this deck, because it has the affirmation. So if you're using it in a reading, you can use it in a quick pinch, like I am free. There's your message. If you love crystals and you're knowledgeable about them, you can go based off of the crystal itself and its properties. It's just really cool. If I was going to get picky, I would have preferred that the picture of the crystal be a little bit bigger and the blurb, like all of this extra information, either be on the back of the card or in the guidebook. But it doesn't matter. It's totally fine that it's on the front. But it is beautiful. And I do find the pictures of the crystals to be accurate. Sometimes when I'm looking at a certain crystal deck, I don't know what it is. Like the picture of the crystal just doesn't look right, or the color is off, or something is just not right. So this one is good. Amor et Psyche Oracle. It is a love oracle. And I picked this one out because I used to have, I have it here. I have Doreen Virtue's The Romance Angels. This is like my all-time favorite romance, love reading deck, you know, Valentine's Day kind of a deck. And I wanted something new. I tried those steamy ones, like those really like those tarot decks that are really sexual. And it just wasn't my vibe. I could not get into it. Scrolling Amazon and I saw this one and I was like, I love the cards. I love the artwork. I love the concept. Let's give it a try. I haven't used the guidebook. I have to check it out though, because I feel like it's going to be really, really good. You just kind of have this, you just kind of know sometimes. So this is the card backs, really beautiful. They have like the artwork, the images really remind me of like Greek mythology, that kind of art, you know what I mean? And so I love Greek myths. And so I just felt like I'm really gonna vibe with this. This is Seeking Pleasure. So of course there's gonna be nudity in the cards, but it's Seeking Pleasure, Body Positive, and you could just kind of get a lot. You'd be surprised what you're gonna get out of these messages and readings. Uninhibited and Release. So I love it. I actually really love it. Standing Alone. These messages have been really powerful in readings, beyond words. Very sexual, but it's like not completely in your face. Erotic bliss. You know what I mean? You could still bring it out for clients and it's not going to be like, ooh. Ideal Romance. It's kind of like a pleasure sexual deck for readings. Check this one out because you may like it, especially if you're not like into something that's going to be like really intense. Amor et Psyche. I'm probably totally not saying it correctly, but you know what I mean. Starry Beginnings, Guided Messages from the Stars. This one would pop up on my recommended list all the time. So here are the card backs. The edges are holograph. And you have the galaxies, or just a beautiful picture of the universe. And then at the bottom, you'll have the affirmation or the little message. You deserve good things. Keep your focus on what you want. So I love decks like this. It is a good way to tie in a reading. It's a good last message to part with your client. You are here for a purpose. I don't know. I just think it works. It's simple and quick to the point. And the images, you don't even have to worry about. you know what I mean? It's just pictures, literally, it's just pictures of the universe. So it's just, I love it. I freaking love it. Unusual animal messages. Unusual animal messages. I'm telling you, I was going crazy over the animal decks. I find it kind of cool because the unusual animals, there's literally animals in this deck that are usually not, you don't usually see them in an animal deck. You know, you have your typical lion, bears, but this one has some different creatures. So love the card backs. You have their paw prints. And then the animals. So you have the common patu. Like, what the heck is that, right? Accomplish your goals through total commitment. So obviously you don't need to know what the animal is. to get the message, it has the little blurb for you. Blue ringed octopus. Recognize your emotional triggers. I love that. The cuttlefish. Be observant, gain clear insight for better decisions. So yeah, you see the mud skipper. Like, you never see these animals in decks. See the world from different perspectives. This is going to be so fun to work with. That the colors kind of all go together. They're very muted. Immortal jellyfish. It is okay to start over. I love this. This is literally my first time looking at most of these. They have a narwhal. The narwhal. Look for hidden messages that signal a change is needed. I freaking love. He's so cute. Let me see if there's any other whales in here. The cards are still sticking together because, like I said, I have not gone through them all. I have a dung beetle. Yeah, I have. Oh my gosh, I freaking love. Okay. Anytime there's like fish and like sea creatures in an animal deck, I get so happy. So please pick this up if you love animals. The unusual animal messages. And then this last deck, but I have had my eye on this deck for a long time. Like, this is one of those oldies but goodies. Like, this one has been around for a while. At least I think it has been. But I have had my eye on this, yeah, since 2018. So not too long, but I've had my eye on it. It comes with this little pamphlet thing. It looks like it's a tarot spread, which is kind of cool. Let's just open it up together. Spirit of the Animals, 9-card power animal spread. How fun. So you could put that out on your table and pull cards. A beautiful chunky guidebook, which I've said this before, when it comes to animal decks, I will use the guidebooks. I love to get the artist's perspective on animal energy. So I always use them. So beautiful. So you can see they're big. They're big cards. But you have beautiful card backs. I love that. And I had to show you this, my first and most favorite card out of the entire deck, the humpback whale, the singer. So you have these beautiful images, and then it'll tell you what the animal is, a little theme, like the energy of that animal. And then it goes into this like poetic, description, this message. So this one says, sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. So it's really poetic. It's just really beautiful. And I love it. The girl, when I was buying this deck, she was like, this deck is so good. You're going to love it. And I'm like, oh, the eagle. So I'm already thinking of like different ways that I could use this deck. What kind of readings. I love it. Look at this bee. I thought that was so pretty. The images are so colorful. You could take really pretty pictures with them. I just love animal decks. They make me so happy. Of course, the dragonfly, which I have grown to love the dragonflies so much. They even have some supernatural animals. So we have the dragon, the unicorn, and look at this black jaguar. Gorgeous. They have a squirrel. That's cute. And yeah, you guys, so that is my collection, my new little haul for you. I have to say, maybe the last 2 months, I think it was like November and December, I went really crazy with ordering new decks. And it's really just, I want some new stuff in my collection. I want some new stuff to work with for the new year, like it's a new year. Hopefully I get some new clients. I still love all of my usual clients, but I'm hoping to attract new people to my work, you know? But with that comes like this desire to use new decks in my readings, and also with my little challenge for myself of working with decks that are not Rider Waite. So hopefully we will see some of these other tarot decks popping up in readings and whatnot. But yeah, I feel like you have to kind of, I mean, if you're a tarot deck collector, then obviously you're going to have like your full-blown collection. Consider myself a collector, but not too heavy of a collector. But I do have quite a few decks. So I will be going through my collection and seeing what can I pull, what is just not vibing with me anymore, you know, and making space for my new stuff. But yeah, I really did add quite a few decks, and I have like 2 or 3 more that are coming that are in the mail. So once those get here, I will do another video and show you guys another haul. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video very soon, and take care. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, loves.